Are you dating a genuine girl or a prostitute? Certain people believe that they are in a genuine relationship, where in reality, they are dating a prostitute. And this is especially true for older men who have girlfriends and wives decades younger than them. You probably know who I'm talking about. I watched a YouTube video of a pretty, big YouTuber. He got a decent following, 100,000 followers roughly. He talked about how he didn't like certain places in the Dominican Republic because those places are filled with prostitutes. And he said in his video, "Oh, I'm not into prostitutes. I don't like prostitutes." Prostitution is something very obvious. You pay for a sexual service, and that is the end of it. That's all you get, and that's all you should ever expect. It's true. However, if a man, you guys probably know who I'm talking about, is traveling the world with a girl, he pays for everything. He pays for her living costs. He pays for anything she needs. He also helps her build a business for free. He helps her build a business for free, and he doesn't get any money for free at all. He doesn't get anything from her. She has her own income. He pays for everything, plus he helps her build her business. So he is the complete financial provider. He is the girl he can spend time with. She is the girl he can have sex with. Is it a real relationship? Is it a genuine relationship? In my personal opinion, it isn't. If you're with a girl, it doesn't matter how much younger she is, doesn't matter how much older she is than you, you're with a girl, you both have an income, it is her responsibility to also pay for certain stuff that you do together, or at the very least, pay for her stuff. If she expects you to pay for everything she wants and needs, there's something wrong here. So for somebody to say, "Hey, I don't like prostitution," it's obvious. People don't like prostitution because they associate it with being dirty. It's like, hey, you walk up to a girl and you just pay for a sexual service. That's what prostitution is. Reality is, though, if you're with a girl, all that she cares about is your money. And the only reason why she is together with you is because you pay for certain stuff. Then is it really logical to suggest that we're talking about genuine love? Genuine love is, I don't expect too much from you financially. Once I have my own money, I will pay for certain things that we do together. I'll certainly pay for my own bills, and I will just try to alleviate some of the stress that you have. Because I love you, because I care for you, and because I genuinely love you, I'll pay for certain stuff. This is genuine love. If you have that, the person loves you for who you are. The person loves spending time with you. Of course, there has to be a good amount of financial commitment on both sides, especially the man. The man should be responsible for a lot of the expenses. Should the man pay for everything? That is the question we need to answer. I think if the woman has a good income, and if the man helped her to get that income, she must have some kind of an urgency to help him pay. At the end of the day, she wouldn't have had anything without him. He helped her go from zero to hero. And for her not to pay for anything that they are now doing together is ludicrous, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, cost should be shared. Let's say you have an income of $4,000 a month. A girlfriend has an income of $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Since you have more income than her, and let's assume you live in a place that is not so cheap, meaning you need both of your incomes in order to afford a life. If that is the case, it is perfectly fine that you pay more than her. But since she has an income now, I think she has some responsibility to use the money that she now has, thanks to you, to pay for both of your stuff, not just for her stuff. And for sure, she shouldn't take all the money that she has and send it back home. That is not cool. She should use a good amount of the money that she has on both of you. That's how it should be. That is a genuine relationship. In case she's unwilling to do that, you know that you're together with a prostitute, because a prostitute trades her body in exchange for money, right? It's an exchange of value. She gets money, you get youth, you get intimacy. So think about it this way. Look, if she doesn't have any income at all, you are the sole provider, you're the sole earner, there must be a reason why she doesn't have any income. Maybe she raises your kids, maybe she is a housewife and she does the cooking, she does that. She has other responsibilities, if that is the case and you're both happy with that, that's perfectly fine. But if her goal is to make money, if her goal is to become independent, if her goal is to have her own financial aspect, then I think she has some kind of responsibility to also pay for the things that you do together. She's not raising your kids. She's not doing much for the household. If all she does is build her business so she can make money for herself, and she doesn't give you anything other than sex, you got a prostitute. You don't have a genuine relationship. You just don't. And people who say, oh, that's not true. Well, you make your own conclusions. I made my conclusions. That is a textbook definition of a prostitute. She wants money, she gets money, and she still doesn't pay for anything you guys do together. And all you get is maybe 5 to 10 times of you know what. And in order for you to get that, you got to pay for her living costs. You got to pay maybe $1,000, $2,000 a month. You might sleep with her 5 to 10 times a month. Sometimes it's even less. We know that sex decreases over the course of a relationship. At first, you have a lot of it, but later on, you have very little. So the question is it really worth paying $1,000 to $2,000 a month if you only sleep with her 3 to 5 times a month? Is it really worth it? Because if you do the mathematics, if you paid $1,000 for her stuff, whatever that is, you know, her lifestyle, whatever she needs, $1,000 a month, and you slept with her 5 times a month, you paid $200 for each time. If you slept with her 10 times, you paid $100. If you slept with her 20 times, you paid $50 each. If sex is all that you get from a woman, you know, if that's all she gives you, because her whole purpose is to have you help her build a business, or is for you to help her pay for certain things, living expenses, her personal stuff, or send money back to her family. Whatever it is, if that's her sole intention, then you are together with a prostitute, because the only value that she has is her youth, is her body. I've seen so many people over the years who thought, well, I really believe that she is with me for the right reasons. I really believe that she's coming after me with the right intentions. I spoke to so many people who believed that, just to realize the opposite a couple of years later. How do you know if the person you're with is actually into you? That she is coming after you with the right intentions? You pay for everything. You give her an allowance, this and that. How do you know? The only time you'll know is when you're out of money, or when you purposely close the money tap and the person you're with is all of a sudden no longer interested in you. That's when you know that it was not genuine love. It's difficult to admit that, trust me. I've been in the same boat. I learned my lesson. But they think, hey, I'm traveling with this girl and she's really nice. It's my responsibility to pay for everything. I'm the foreigner. She's with me. She's the feminine woman. I help her build an income. Well, basically, you are trading money for intimacy. That's what you're doing. You're trading money for youth. She is trading her youth for your money. The only time you'll know if she really wants you for a long term, she's really into you, is when you close the money tap, or when she has a good enough income herself to know what life is like without you. What life is like when she doesn't depend on you. And you don't know that moment, how that moment will turn out, until you actually got there. And so many people find themselves in a situation that they wish they never got themselves into. It's so true. I've seen it so many times. It is happening right now. At this very moment, it is happening to thousands and thousands of nomads all over the world. It's happening right now. Don't be a fool. Do you know of anyone who is stuck in the same dilemma? Do you know of anyone who trades money for intimacy? Leave a comment below and let us know. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm uploading new videos on digital nomad locations, travel updates, and investment advice several times a week right now. And if you got some more time left, check out these videos.